Hello everyone and welcome to Close Range 201. This builds off the last close range video that really just worked on the fundamentals. This one's really going to go over specific skills towards improving your close quarters combat. This first clip we're going to break down quite a bit because there's several skills you need to know to really be able to close range. And these players were against many would consider sweats. I really recommend 90% of players who use a DT should just be using an M10. You are able to move so much easier when you have an M10. And you don't have to worry about reloading. You just hold down the damn trigger. And so with that you have better map awareness. Everything just goes well. You have more fluid movement since you don't have to stop to reload every quarter second. And so I would start learning the M10T, get all these skills down, and you're feeling really comfortable with your close combat, then add in the DT. This first tip is one I've been doing a lot more recently, and it works out so well, and I haven't lost a fight to it yet. Inevitably, most good players will charge you from the side, okay? And what that means is they'll do some kind of distraction up top of you, usually, and then they'll fly around the side of you, okay? And so the way to counter this is to put up one build. All you need is one build on your side peek. You pop up a build, you hold it, and you peek and you play defensively. Let them charge you, and they don't usually expect this kind of counter to their side charge because not a lot of people do this, right? So all you have to do is add one build, hold that build, peek it, and get ready to blow the person away. You could do this with a DT obviously or an M10, but once they come around, you're gonna win that fight if you're exchanging shots fairly, and that person knew they were screwed as soon as they saw the build, right? And this tip works even against the best players in the world. I am a more defensive close range player than I am an offensive close range player. That's just my play style, and so this one works out so well for me. Side peek. If someone's going to charge you on the side, which they usually will, because going over the top is usually quite dangerous. Like if this person went up there, they would have been shot by the rest of my team. He flew around the side. I was ready for it. I listened right from our first close range video. Listen, expect him coming, put up that build real quick, and get ready to blow him away. Okay, this next tip, extremely important. Distract and charge. Don't duel people ever, right? I never duel people unless I really have to. So what I mean by that, don't make it a fair fight. This was clearly not a fair fight, right? I threw the grenades. Once the guy saw the grenades there, he was so flustered, he didn't know what to do, and that put me in a position to capitalize on his mental panic, and boom, I'm in there, and before he even knows it, he's dead, right? And so I don't even put it in a place where it's a fair one-on-one. I throw stuff which I'm not even sure is going to hit him. The point of those grenades was not to kill him with it was just to throw him off guard so that I could totally come in for the kill, right? And Scanter taught me this one. What he told me to do was throw up one build or two in front of the person to distract them, and then fly around the side. Same concept. Put up something to distract, go around from the side, and get that kill real quick. That split second of distracting the enemy makes the difference in getting that kill. The last tip I taught you was actually to counter this one. What he could have done was drop down, put up one build, peek with the shotgun, and I would have been in a disadvantageous position. Alright, tip number 3, flybys. Okay, this is a really tough skill to do because you have to move quick, okay? What you're trying to do here is you're trying to get your shots off on the enemy. You want to get a good burst on the enemy while getting back behind cover as soon as you can before you die, okay? And this is not even the quickest flyby. What you're trying to do in a flyby is you're trying to maximize on peeker's advantage. What I mean by that, you're trying to move as fast as you can into the enemy sight and out of the enemy sight, so you give them as little chance to shoot you as possible. This was actually pretty slow, okay? I could have done a lot faster, make these flybys tighter, and you want to, obviously you're going to have to learn how to eat bananas and shield sodas and all your health items very quickly, but you're really trying to maximize on your hard cover. Okay, well, how can I peek quickly while getting my shots in and out, okay? And so you really have to have good awareness of your surroundings, your hard cover, your soft cover, where the enemies are at, and that's why I really recommend the M10 for learning these skills first, so you don't have to stress about the reload, because that adds a whole new element to this movement, alright? So in this clip, it doesn't look like I'm doing much, but what I'm doing is actually isolating my fights to a one-on-one just by working this wall. Okay, the guy was looking for me, I go over the wall real quick, he gets confused, I go back the other side, alright? And so, again, close quarters combat is all about listening, making one-on-ones, and working the cover using quick flybys. So this will take us right into our fourth tip, force 1v1s. Clutching is all about 1v1s, alright? And so what you're trying to do is take one player out as quick as you can, obviously, but force them into a position where they have to fight you one-on-one, okay? So you might have to throw a build like I'm doing here. I'm working my build. This is my spider's web, right? I got him in. I know the other guy's coming and charging in, so what do? I scare the guy away by throwing some shots out there. I wasn't even sure if they were going to hit him, but I throw some shots out there to put that person into his place and stall them for just a second so I can run away, heal, and what I'm doing now is I'm listening. I'm avoiding him, and so I'm purposely trying to avoid him until I get my shield shaker off and I'm fully ready to fight. And now I go, okay, it's time to go. So I make a lot of noise, I'm rezzing so he'll come towards me, I'm baiting this, and here we go, boom, I'm ready for the 1v1, and there it is. Alright, so remember, force 1v1s, make them fight your fight. Okay, you're gonna have to work the hard cover, work your surroundings, know the building you're in so that you can separate them appropriately, alright? Or put soft cover up to make them separate and fight you in the one-on-one. When in a public game particularly, a lot of players, when they know there's only one person left, they'll charge and they'll do silly things. And so you have to capitalize on all of those mistakes. Now very quickly, short little tip added in here, you'll note that I won this 1v1 pretty dominantly with my strafes, right? Clearly it totally worked. You didn't really know which direction I was going to. There's many types of strafes you can do. You can do quick side-by-side, longer side-by-side, or circles, or even a figure 8 pattern. Alright, so I'm going to leave this last non-official tip, but make sure to peek, because I see no one peeking in public games in close range, right? Except the top players, right? So peek! Don't forget to peek, particularly with an M10 when it's so easy. You really have to peek with this weapon versus the DT because you will not win a duel with that. Now I'll leave with this clip of my comp partner, my love, Blitz baby, getting shit on.
Blitz, you get wrecked, kid!